Have you ever felt weighed down by worries and obligations that seem to hold you back from truly enjoying life? If you're over 65, this question is especially relevant. In today's video, we'll explore 9 things you can let go of to embrace a lighter, more fulfilling existence. Imagine living the next chapter of your life freer, more joyful, and with a renewed sense of purpose. This isn't just about decluttering your physical space. It's about shedding the emotional and mental baggage that no longer serves you. By watching until the end, you'll discover how to prioritize your happiness, cultivate meaningful connections, and reclaim your time for what truly matters. You'll learn why letting go of excessive worries about others' opinions can liberate you and how simplifying your life can create room for joy. Plus, we'll delve into the importance of nurturing healthy relationships and embracing your authentic self. Don't miss these transformative insights that can help you thrive in your golden years. So, let's dive in and unlock the secrets to living your best life after 65. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Excessive worry about other people's opinions. For decades, countless individuals have found themselves ensnared in the stifling embrace of worry over what others think of them. This pervasive concern often feels like an invisible chain, weighing heavily on our spirits and curtailing our true potential. From a young age, many of us are conditioned to seek validation from peers, family members, and society at large. We chase after their approval, constantly measuring our worth against their expectations. In this relentless pursuit, we often find ourselves bending and reshaping our identities to fit into boxes meticulously crafted by others. It's exhausting to adjust our behavior just to avoid the biting sting of judgment, the cruel edge of criticism, or the cold shadow of disapproval. As we navigate the tumultuous journey of life, particularly as we transition into our golden years at 65 and beyond, we begin to experience a profound awakening. We realize, with an almost exhilarating clarity, that other people's opinions are, at the end of the day, simply that, opinions. These judgments are not rooted in our true selves. Instead, they are mere reflections shaped by the experiences, insecurities, and perceptions of others. They are often distorted views influenced by their personal struggles and societal conditioning, none of which have any bearing on our inherent worth or identity. This realization can be both liberating and transformative. It invites us to shed the burdens that have long weighed us down, allowing us to embrace a newfound sense of freedom. Letting go of the need for approval from others becomes a powerful act of self-liberation. In this later stage of life, authenticity rises to the forefront as our greatest asset. We begin to understand that the time spent worrying about how we are perceived by others is precious time lost, and we resolve to reclaim that time for ourselves. In this phase of life, we no longer need to wear masks or adopt facades to fit into predefined roles. The societal pressures that once dictated our actions start to lose their grip, and we awaken to the beautiful truth that we can live in alignment with our true selves. Embracing our individuality becomes not just a choice but a joyous celebration of who we are. With every passing day, we gain the exhilarating ability to express ourselves freely, without the paralyzing fear of judgment or rejection looming over us. Imagine the sheer relief of waking up each day with the understanding that our worth is not contingent on others' perceptions. This shift in perspective cultivates a deep sense of self-love and acceptance, allowing us to honor our unique journeys and experiences. We start to appreciate the wisdom that comes with age, recognizing that our lives have been rich tapestries woven from both triumphs and challenges. As we step into this new chapter, we begin to trust ourselves more than ever before. The opinions of others lose their power to shape our realities, and in this newfound confidence, we discover a profound sense of peace. We no longer need to seek out approval or affirmation. Instead, we cultivate an inner strength that propels us forward, grounded in our values and beliefs. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. This journey towards self-acceptance is not just freeing. It's an empowering affirmation of our individuality. It reminds us to cherish our voices, our choices, and our stories, as each moment spent in authentic expression is a step toward true fulfillment. In this stage of life, we learn that our uniqueness is a gift, and embracing it wholeheartedly is one of the most profound acts of love we can offer ourselves. As we liberate ourselves from the fear of judgment, we open the door to a life filled with possibility, joy, and the unapologetic pursuit of our passions. In this newfound freedom, we embrace the beauty of being unapologetically ourselves, and that is a treasure worth celebrating every single day. 2. Accumulation of material goods. Throughout our lives, we are bombarded with the idea that having more is synonymous with being successful, that the accumulation of material goods is a reflection of our worth. From a young age, we are led to believe that the latest gadgets, fashionable clothing, and extravagant possessions will bring us joy and fulfillment. We are raised in a culture that glorifies consumption, where advertisements constantly entice us to buy the newest products, suggesting that happiness lies just a purchase away. However, as the years pass and we gain wisdom through our experiences, many of us come to a profound realization. Possessions do not equate to happiness. They often do the opposite, weighing us down both physically and mentally, creating a burden that can feel suffocating. As we approach the age of 65 and beyond, the act of letting go of unnecessary belongings becomes not just a necessity, but a beautiful and empowering act of liberation. It's a pivotal moment in our lives, a chance to reassess what we truly value and to free ourselves from the clutter that has accumulated over the years. This process is more than just organizing our physical space. It is a transformative journey that invites introspection and self-discovery. We begin to question our attachments to certain items. Why do we hold on to that old vase that has long lost its charm? What memories does that worn-out chair evoke, and do those memories still hold value? In this enlightening phase, we shift our focus away from material accumulation towards what truly matters. We come to understand that it is the people we love, their laughter, their presence, their support, that enrich our lives far more than any object ever could. These relationships are the heartbeats of our existence, the moments that fill our days with meaning. We realize that our greatest wealth lies not in possessions, but in the connections we foster and the love we share. It's about the experiences we cherish, the simple pleasures of life that bring us joy, a walk in the park with a dear friend, the warmth of a shared meal, or the comfort of a hug from a loved one. Imagine the freedom that comes with clearing out the excess, the physical space it creates in our homes, but more importantly, the emotional space it frees in our hearts and minds. With every item we release, we open the door to meaningful connections and the profound inner peace that comes from simplicity. The act of decluttering is cathartic. It allows us to let go of the past, to acknowledge what no longer serves us, and to embrace the present moment with clarity. We start to see our surroundings in a new light, realizing that it's not the quantity of things we own that defines us, but rather the quality of our experiences that truly enrich our lives. This journey of decluttering can be emotional and transformative, as it encourages us to reflect on our past, celebrate the moments that brought us joy, and release the ties that bind us to material possessions. We may find ourselves reminiscing about the memories associated with certain items, yet it is liberating to recognize that those memories can live on within us, regardless of whether we hold on to the physical objects. It's a reminder that life is fleeting, and the greatest treasures are not found in stores, but in our relationships, our laughter, and our shared adventures. As we embrace this philosophy, we cultivate a more fulfilled and intentional life, where we prioritize love, connection, and the beauty of simply being present. We begin to engage more deeply with our loved ones, seeking out moments that nourish our souls rather than our material desires. We learn to appreciate the little things, like a quiet evening spent with family, the laughter of grandchildren, or the tranquility of nature, understanding that these are the experiences that truly feed our spirit. Ultimately, letting go of excess is not just about creating a physical space. It is about making room for the life we want to live, a life filled with love, connection, and authenticity. It is a powerful journey of rediscovery, where we learn that true richness comes from within and that the most precious aspects of our lives cannot be bought or sold, but are instead woven into the very fabric of our relationships and experiences. In this new understanding, we find a deeper sense of fulfillment and joy, opening ourselves to a life that is not just lived, but deeply experienced and cherished. 3. Unnecessary social obligations. How often have we found ourselves feeling trapped by the weight of social obligations, compelled to attend events or gatherings simply because we feel it is our duty? It's a familiar scenario for many of us, where we smile through clenched teeth at parties or family functions, our hearts quietly yearning for the comfort of solitude or the joy of engaging in activities that truly resonate with our souls. The relentless pressure to conform to societal expectations can be utterly overwhelming, especially when these expectations clash with our innermost desires. Each invitation can feel like a chain, binding us to commitments that drain our energy rather than uplift our spirits. As we approach the golden age of 65, a remarkable shift occurs in our perspective. We have undoubtedly earned the profound right to say no, without the shadow of guilt looming over us. After decades of fulfilling our roles as caregivers, employees, and friends, it's time to prioritize ourselves. No longer should we feel compelled to attend every family gathering, social event, or community obligation simply because it's expected of us. We've spent years navigating these social waters, often sacrificing our happiness and well-being to keep the peace or meet the expectations of others. Life is simply too precious and fleeting to squander our time in places or with individuals who drain our energy rather than uplift it. Every moment wasted in a setting that doesn't resonate with our values is a moment taken away from experiences that could enrich our lives. By consciously choosing to prioritize our well-being, we not only reclaim our time but also create space for the activities and relationships that truly fill our hearts with joy and fulfillment. Imagine embracing the freedom that comes with setting healthy boundaries. It's an empowering realization that we can honor our own needs without apology. This journey to self-acceptance might not be easy at first, especially for those of us who have long been conditioned to prioritize others over ourselves. But as we step into this new chapter of life, we discover the beauty of living authentically. We can curate our experiences, surrounding ourselves with people who inspire and energize us rather than those who deplete our spirit. This newfound freedom invites us to explore our passions, hobbies, and interests that we may have shelved away for years. Whether it's taking up painting, traveling to places we've always dreamed of, or simply spending quiet evenings at home with a good book, we can create a life that resonates with who we truly are. It's time to embrace our individuality and cherish the liberating feeling of living life on our terms. By doing so, we foster a sense of peace and contentment that resonates deeply within us, allowing us to flourish in ways we may have never thought possible. 4. Preoccupation with physical appearance. Throughout much of our lives, we find ourselves relentlessly bombarded by societal messages that equate beauty with youth, creating an insidious narrative that often chips away at our self-esteem and overall well-being. From the moment we are old enough to understand, we are inundated with images of flawless faces and perfect bodies, showcased in advertisements, social media, and even the silver screen. These portrayals lead us to chase unrealistic standards of beauty that seem to shift with every passing trend, making it feel as though we are in a never-ending race against time. This relentless pursuit often leaves us feeling inadequate, as if we are never quite enough in the eyes of the world. The pressure to conform to these ideals can lead to a toxic cycle of comparison, self-doubt, and even despair. Many of us have spent years scrutinizing our reflections, fixating on perceived flaws and imperfections, believing that our worth is intrinsically linked to our outward appearance. But as we reach the wise age of 65, a profound realization begins to settle in. True beauty radiates from within. Each wrinkle, every laugh line, and each shimmering strand of gray hair serve as a powerful testament to the incredible life we have lived. They tell stories of laughter shared with loved ones, tears shed during difficult times, and the resilience we've shown in the face of life's challenges. Each mark on our skin is a badge of honor, signifying moments that have shaped us into the individuals we are today. Rather than viewing these changes as signs of decline, we can choose to see them as beautiful reminders of our journey, our experiences, and the wisdom we've gained along the way. This shift in perspective is not merely liberating, it is transformational. Embracing our natural aging process allows us to cultivate a deeper sense of self-acceptance and self-love. Instead of fixating on how we measure up to external expectations, we can learn to celebrate the uniqueness of our bodies and the stories they tell. This newfound appreciation for ourselves can lead to profound changes in our overall mindset and emotional well-being. Taking care of our bodies is undeniably important, yet it should stem from a place of health and self-respect rather than the desire to fit into someone else's narrow definition of beauty. This means prioritizing nutritious foods that nourish us, engaging in physical activities that bring us joy, and practicing self-care rituals that honor our bodies. We must shift our focus from striving for an unattainable ideal to nurturing our well-being, understanding that true beauty is not about perfection but about being healthy and feeling good in our skin. As we prioritize our well-being, we find empowerment in nourishing our bodies and honoring our unique journeys. We can celebrate our individuality, recognizing that our worth transcends superficial standards. In this stage of life, we are reminded that beauty is not a fleeting notion defined by youth but a deep-seated glow that emanates from our hearts, fueled by our experiences and the wisdom we've gathered along the way. So let us cast aside the shackles of societal pressure and embrace our true selves. Let's reclaim our narratives, acknowledging that every line, every gray hair, and every change is a part of our story, an intricate tapestry woven from the threads of our lives. As we do so, we will find that our true beauty shines brightly, illuminating the world around us. In doing so, we can inspire others to see their worth as well, creating a ripple effect of self-love and acceptance that transcends age and societal expectations. Together, we can redefine beauty in a way that celebrates the richness of our experiences and the depth of our character. 5. Activities that don't bring joy. As we navigate the winding path of life, it's all too easy to fall into the trap of routines and habits that, over time, have lost their vibrancy and no longer bring us genuine happiness. So often, we find ourselves engaging in hobbies, commitments, and even jobs out of sheer habit or a sense of obligation, rather than out of a deep-seated joy or passion. This realization can be profoundly unsettling. Just take a moment to reflect. How many precious hours and days have we devoted to activities that have become mere shadows of what once sparked our enthusiasm and joy? Life is fleeting, a precious gift that is often taken for granted. As we reach the age of 65, we find ourselves standing at a unique crossroads, a golden opportunity to reflect on our daily routines and to truly assess how we spend our time. This is a pivotal moment for introspection, where we can ask ourselves the deeply significant question: does this still bring me joy? It is a question that can evoke a multitude of emotions, from nostalgia for the joy once felt to the heaviness of realization when the answer is a resounding no. If we find ourselves answering negatively, we must gather the courage to let go of those activities that no longer serve us, as painful as they may be. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Imagine the weight that could be lifted from our hearts by stepping back from a hobby that has lost its spark, or by shedding commitments that no longer excite us. This isn't merely about convenience. It's an emotional journey, filled with the bittersweet acknowledgement that not all things we once cherished can continue to fit into the tapestry of our lives. There's a certain grief that accompanies this letting go, a sadness that we must honor. Yet, it's crucial to remember that this process of letting go is also a form of self-love, a way to reclaim our time and our well-being. This is a moment of liberation, a chance to rethink how we engage with our lives. What if we chose to make space for activities that truly ignite our spirits and fill our hearts with fulfillment? Picture yourself diving into new interests that you've always dreamed of exploring, such as painting, gardening, or even learning a musical instrument. Think about the joy of reconnecting with old passions that you may have set aside in the hustle and bustle of daily life. Maybe it's time to revive that love for hiking, photography, or creative writing that once set your soul on fire. Consider also the importance of nurturing relationships that uplift and nourish our souls. Spending time with friends and family who inspire and encourage us can rejuvenate our spirits and add immense joy to our lives. This can mean saying yes to that dinner invitation from a friend you haven't seen in years, or reaching out to a loved one for a heart-to-heart conversation that you've been putting off. The connections we build with others are invaluable, providing us with the emotional support and joy we often overlook. Embracing this moment of liberation allows us to transform our lives in ways we may have only dreamed about. It's about choosing to surround ourselves with experiences that uplift us, embracing the unknown, and allowing our true selves to shine through. You deserve nothing less than a life brimming with joy, purpose, and passion. As you embark on this journey, remember, the choice is yours. Let go of what no longer serves you, and make space for the extraordinary possibilities that await. After all, life is too precious to spend on anything less than the pursuit of happiness. 6. Toxic relationships. Relationships are undeniably at the heart of our human experience, shaping who we are and influencing our emotional landscapes in ways we often don't fully understand. These connections can be a source of immense joy and support, providing us with a sense of belonging and community. Yet, not every relationship enriches our lives. Some can be downright detrimental, casting long shadows over our emotional well-being. It's often heartbreaking to recognize that we cling to certain connections, be it with friends, family members, or colleagues, out of a sense of history, obligation, or fear of loneliness. We may feel a profound sense of loyalty or guilt that binds us to these individuals, even when they continually drain our energy and spirit. As we journey through life, particularly as we approach the age of 65, we often arrive at a pivotal realization. Our well-being must take precedence over the demands of others. This epiphany is not merely liberating, it's transformative. The weight of toxic relationships can become a burden that we are no longer willing to carry. We begin to understand that we have the right to prioritize our emotional and mental health, no matter how long we have known someone. The process of disentangling ourselves from these connections can be daunting. It may involve difficult conversations, feelings of guilt, or even the sadness of letting go of what once was. Yet, we must recognize that our mental health and happiness are far more important than maintaining a facade of connection. We come to appreciate that it's not only acceptable but necessary to distance ourselves from those who fail to uplift us. This decision is not an act of selfishness. Rather, it is an essential step in cultivating a life filled with positivity and joy. Choosing to surround ourselves with individuals who genuinely support, respect, and encourage us is crucial to our overall happiness and fulfillment. It's about building a circle of positivity, where laughter is abundant, encouragement flows freely, and genuine connections are nurtured. In the aftermath of distancing ourselves from toxic relationships, we often discover the beauty of authentic connections. Life after 65 should be a vibrant tapestry woven with relationships that enhance our lives rather than deplete our vitality. We find that surrounding ourselves with positive influences allows us to thrive and grow, helping us to embrace new experiences and adventures without the shadow of negativity looming over us. Walking away from toxicity, although often painful, is one of the most profound acts of self-care we can take. It requires immense courage and strength, as we navigate the complex emotions tied to these decisions. The path may be filled with uncertainty and doubt, but it ultimately leads to a life brimming with freedom and joy. This journey allows us to reclaim our happiness and foster relationships that nourish our souls, reminding us that we are worthy of love, respect, and positivity at every stage of life. By embracing this transformative journey, we learn to honor our own needs and set healthy boundaries. We cultivate a life where meaningful connections flourish, where we feel valued and appreciated, and where our emotional well-being is prioritized. In doing so, we not only enrich our own lives but also create a supportive environment for those around us. As we step into this new chapter, we come to understand that surrounding ourselves with uplifting relationships is not just a luxury. It is a necessity for a fulfilling and joyous life. We find ourselves thriving, not just surviving, And that is the ultimate gift we can give ourselves as we navigate the beautiful complexities of life after 65. 7. Comparisons with other people's lives. At some point in our lives, each of us has inevitably fallen into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. Whether it's scrutinizing career advancements, academic achievements, or even the intricacies of family dynamics, these comparisons can weigh heavily on our hearts and minds. We've all experienced that sinking feeling when we scroll through social media, witnessing the seemingly perfect lives of those around us. The curated snapshots of happiness often fill us with envy and self-doubt, casting long shadows over our accomplishments and joys. As we navigate the complex terrain of life, it's easy to overlook our unique journeys in the face of someone else's triumphs. We may find ourselves thinking, "Why can't I have that?" Or, "I wish my life looked like theirs." Such thoughts can spiral into feelings of inadequacy and despair, leading us to believe that we are somehow less deserving of happiness or success. This cycle of comparison can be emotionally exhausting and incredibly damaging to our self-esteem and mental well-being. However, by the time we reach the age of 65, many of us come to a profound realization. Every life is a unique tapestry woven from individual threads of experience, struggle, and triumph. Each person's journey is distinct, colored by their challenges and victories. This realization often dawns on us as we reflect on the richness of our personal histories and the various paths we've traveled. We learn that comparison truly is the thief of joy. When we shift our focus from the outside world to our own inner lives, we begin to appreciate the extraordinary narrative that is uniquely ours. We all face our battles, celebrate our milestones, and traverse personal paths that reflect our unique values and desires. Perhaps we've overcome significant obstacles, such as health issues or career setbacks, which have shaped us into the resilient individuals we are today. Each challenge has imparted valuable lessons that contribute to our growth, wisdom, and strength. Our experiences are not merely stepping stones to be compared with others. They are integral parts of our identity. There is no valid reason to measure our worth or happiness against the achievements of others. Instead, true contentment emerges when we fully embrace our own stories. This means recognizing the beauty in our struggles and the lessons we've learned along the way. When we allow ourselves to celebrate our accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem, we cultivate a sense of pride and fulfillment. By nurturing gratitude for our experiences, both the joyous and the challenging, we find a deeper sense of peace. Life is not a competition. It is a journey, and every step we take is an essential part of our unique narrative, deserving of appreciation and love. Embracing our individuality allows us to honor our journeys, fostering a spirit of compassion toward ourselves and others. When we stop comparing ourselves to others, we free ourselves from the shackles of envy and self-doubt, paving the way for genuine happiness and self-acceptance. As we reflect on our lives, let us choose to appreciate the richness of our own experiences, recognizing that they are what make us who we are. Instead of looking outward and measuring ourselves against someone else's yardstick, let us turn inward and celebrate the beautiful, imperfect, and ever-evolving stories that define us. In doing so, we unlock the door to lasting joy and fulfillment, allowing our unique light to shine brightly in a world that often tries to dim it. 8. Unattainable or irrelevant goals. Throughout our lives, many of us find ourselves ensnared in the relentless pursuit of goals that are often imposed upon us by external influences. These goals can stem from a myriad of sources: the career aspirations thrust upon us by society, the expectations laid out by our families, or the societal standards that define what success looks like in the eyes of the world. As we approach the significant milestone of 65, it becomes crucial to pause, reflect, and engage in heartfelt introspection. We must ask ourselves the fundamental questions. Are these goals still meaningful? Do they genuinely resonate with who I am today, in this very moment? Letting go of unattainable or irrelevant goals is not a sign of weakness or failure. Rather, it is an empowering act of self-liberation. This act embodies the profound realization that we have the agency to redirect our energy toward what truly matters to us. This stage of life presents a golden opportunity to embrace what brings us authentic joy and deep fulfillment. Whether it's diving into a newfound passion that we've always wanted to explore, nurturing a beloved hobby that has long been neglected, or simply cherishing the precious moments spent with family and friends, now is the time to prioritize what truly resonates within us. Imagine the freedom that comes from releasing the weight of others' expectations. The goals that once felt obligatory can now be reassessed. Are they truly a reflection of our desires, or have they merely been a checklist dictated by external forces? This realization can be both liberating and exhilarating, as we step into a space where we can finally choose to live for ourselves, unfettered by the chains of past expectations. We can redefine success on our terms, embracing the beauty of this season of life with open arms. This journey of self-discovery is not merely about rejecting goals. It's about embracing a new way of living, one that honors our current values and desires. Perhaps this means dedicating more time to travel and exploring the world around us, seeking adventure in places we've always dreamed of visiting. It could involve volunteering for causes that ignite a fire in our hearts, giving back to the community, and creating meaningful connections with others. For some, it might be a return to education, pursuing subjects that fascinate us, satisfying a long-held thirst for knowledge. As we embark on this transformative journey, we must also consider the relationships in our lives. The people we surround ourselves with play a significant role in shaping our experiences. It's time to cultivate relationships that uplift us and let go of those that drain our energy. This might mean rekindling old friendships that once brought us joy or spending more quality time with family members who share our values. These connections provide a rich tapestry of support, love, and understanding, enriching our lives in ways that superficial goals never could. Let us remember that this is a time to focus on the essence of who we are. We are not defined solely by our careers or the accolades we've collected. We are shaped by our experiences, our passions, and our relationships. Embracing the fullness of this moment means allowing ourselves to flourish in ways we may have never thought possible. True happiness lies not in the accolades we chase, but in the moments that fill our souls with warmth, love, and connection. In this pivotal chapter of our lives, it's essential to embrace the power of choice. As we let go of unattainable or irrelevant goals, we invite a profound sense of clarity and purpose into our lives. The journey of self-discovery is ongoing, and each decision we make can lead us closer to a life rich in meaning and joy. So, let's take this courageous step together, prioritizing what truly matters and letting go of everything else. The path ahead is filled with endless possibilities, waiting to be explored. 9. Guilt for prioritizing your happiness. For far too long, many of us have dedicated our lives to meeting the needs of those around us, our families, our workplaces, and our communities. It seems as if we've been programmed, almost instinctively, to prioritize the happiness and well-being of others above our own. We often hear phrases like, put others first, or sacrifice for the greater good, embedding a deep-seated belief that putting our own needs at the forefront is somehow selfish or wrong. This belief is reinforced in countless ways, whether through familial expectations, cultural norms, or even the subtle messages we receive from society at large. But now, as we reach the beautiful milestone of 65 and beyond, it's crucial to shake off that heavy burden of guilt that has been weighing us down for so long. The truth is that self-care is not an indulgence. It's an absolute necessity for our well-being. You've devoted years, perhaps even decades, to nurturing others, often at the expense of your health, happiness, and personal fulfillment. Think of all those countless hours spent caring for your children, supporting your partner, and helping friends or colleagues in need. Each act of kindness, while meaningful, may have led you to neglect your desires and dreams. Now, as you stand at this new crossroads in life, it's time to turn that nurturing spirit inward and embrace the idea that you, too, deserve joy and fulfillment. Imagine the exhilarating feeling of packing your bags and setting off to explore the places you've always dreamed of visiting. Whether it's the serene beaches of a tropical paradise, the breathtaking mountains of the Swiss Alps, or the vibrant streets of a bustling city filled with art and culture, Each journey offers a chance for renewal and rediscovery. Picture yourself strolling through picturesque landscapes, immersing yourself in the beauty of the world, and allowing your spirit to be lifted by new experiences. Traveling can ignite a sense of adventure that many of us have long forgotten, and it's a wonderful way to reconnect with yourself. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Equally, consider the thrill of learning something entirely new. Perhaps there's a hobby you've always wanted to pursue, be it painting, gardening, or even taking up an instrument. The joy of mastering a new skill can be incredibly fulfilling and invigorating. Engaging your mind and exploring your passions can help you find joy in ways you never imagined. Allow yourself the freedom to experiment and discover what truly lights up your soul. This isn't just about filling your time. It's about reigniting that spark of passion that may have dimmed over the years. And let's not forget the simple pleasures of life, those moments that may seem trivial yet hold immense value. Imagine the bliss of simply lounging in your favorite chair, enveloped in a cozy blanket, sipping your favorite tea, and getting lost in a good book. Think about the joy of enjoying a long, leisurely afternoon in your garden, surrounded by the colors and scents of blooming flowers, as you take the time to reflect and unwind. These moments of relaxation and self-reflection are not just indulgences. They are vital for your mental and emotional health. You deserve to bask in the happiness you've so generously shared with others for so long. Prioritizing your happiness isn't selfish. It's an act of profound self-love and compassion. When you nurture your spirit, you radiate joy and positivity, inspiring those around you to embrace their happiness. It's a beautiful cycle of giving and receiving, where your newfound joy can uplift others and encourage them to pursue their dreams and desires. As you step into this exciting new chapter of your life, let go of the guilt that has held you back. Embrace the freedom that comes with prioritizing your happiness. Remember, you've earned every moment of joy that comes your way. So go ahead, explore, learn, relax, and do whatever makes your heart sing. You owe it to yourself to live fully and authentically, and you deserve nothing less than a life filled with happiness and fulfillment. As we wrap up this exploration of prioritizing our happiness, I hope you've discovered the importance of embracing joy in your life. It's never too late to start living for yourself, to let go of guilt, and to nurture your spirit after years of caring for others. Each step you take towards your happiness is not just a gift to yourself, but also an inspiration to those around you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one valuable lesson you've learned from today's discussion? How do you plan to incorporate this into your daily life? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue creating content that inspires and uplifts us. Thank you for being here, and let's embrace our happiness together.